Değerli Esport izleyenleri, 3 saniyeye hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Her hafta olduğu gibi bu haftada basketbola dair en özel konularla ve basketbolun en özel isimlerinden biriyle sizlerleyiz. Bu haftaki konuğum Sırp milli takım oyuncusu Danilo Andjusic. Did I say it correct?
Yeah, you say it correct.
Thank you so
almost, but it's okay.
Because you know when you pronounce it's like ch and s and
yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
I know.
I wish I knew Serbian language, Danilo.
I know. Maybe one day you will learn it, so it's gonna be easier for you.
Is it going to be easier for me? Because
yeah, but you say better than all the others. They say so.
Did I?
Everything is fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This is the main goal. This is amazing. That's why I was like, before welcoming you, I'm like, did I say it correct? So welcome, Danilo. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you for calling me, and I'm glad to be in your show. And hello for all the Turkish fans.
Exactly. Hello to everyone, because it's going to be on social platforms as well. People can also watch you if they're in Serbia, if they're in France, so people can watch you. Your fans also can.
So hello to everybody then.
Exactly. So you are in France right now, right? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm in France. Yeah, I'm in France. I'm back from the national team. Started practices with the team, so I'm here.
And I have to say this, I have to talk about this for the audience, for all my audience, that me and Danilo, we were together in Georgia in the FIBA Euro basket bubble for the 2022 qualifiers. And then when I saw him, I was like, Danilo, you remember I asked you.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
We need to make this interview with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you called. So I watched some of your TV shows on YouTube. So
yeah,
really
exactly.
Nice. So I'm glad to be in the show.
It's going to be fun because it's going to be only about you, your perspective for the basketball, your whole perspective about Serbian national team, about basketball culture in your country and your career. So I want to start with, as my first question with you, that how did you start your basketball career?
Yeah, it was like when I was 8, I started my first basketball practice, and basically it was because of my best friend. He was playing basketball, and I like it, and I wanted to try with him, and that's how I went for on my first practice. But before that, all my family is a sports family. My dad was a sprinter. He was champion of Yugoslavia back then on 100 meters. My mom was playing basketball, so it was kind of normal that I start playing some sports. And some of my friends was playing basketball, and that's how I started.
Wow, your mother was a basketball player?
Yeah, my mother was playing for Red Star, and I was playing for the opposite team, Partizan. So
exactly, that's what
it was. Yeah.
When you said Red Star, I was like, but from what I looked and searched, he played for Partizan. So
yeah, and I'm Partizan, and I play for Partizan, and I'm Partizan fan since I was a kid. And my mom was playing basketball in Red Star. My dad was running for Red Star. All my family was for Red Star, and I'm the only one who was Partizan. So that's the fun part.
But who made you to become as a Partizan fan? That's my question.
It was my grandfather. Actually, he was the only one who was cheering for Partizan, and I had special relationship with him. And he passed away a few years ago. But before when I was younger, he was always saying that his big wish is that I play for Partizan one day. And I'm glad that I play. I'm sad because he didn't have a chance to see me in Partizan jersey, but at least I make his wish.
You completely, you made his wish. Yeah. But you, as a first team, you played for Mega Vizura, right?
It was my first team was Hemofarm.
Mm-hmm.
Hemofarm was my first team, and I was on loan for 1 year in Mega Vizura because Hemofarm was a good team back then, and they have a lot of experienced guy. And I was young, and I needed some playing time, and that's why I chose Mega to go for 1 year to play Serbian league and to gain some experience.
But and when I also made an interview with Vasilije Micic, he also played for Mega. So Mega is very important in your culture, in your basketball culture, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, the last couple of years they're producing a lot of talents and a lot of great basketball players, and especially for the young guys, they are good. So back then when I played, it was like 12 years ago, and now they are still doing their job good. So yeah, it's good for young guys.
So you played for Mega, and then after you went and played in the same country, I mean, for Partizan. And from Partizan, there was this article on the internet, and I was curious, and I wanted to ask you that you weren't satisfied with the minutes what you were playing. Is it right?
Yeah, it was my second year at Partizan. The first year was pretty much good. It was my first season in EuroLeague. Everything was fine. We won Serbian National Cup. We won Serbian League, and I played good. And I was thinking next year I would have a bigger role. But they changed the coach. The new coach came, and in the first couple of months I didn't have so much minutes that I think that I deserved, and that's why I decided to leave.
But can I ask you something about this situation? Because it's so rare, it's not rare at all in the basketball industry from the perspective of the players, that when a coach or the new coach comes to the club and then doesn't give enough minutes to the players, how should players react to that situation? You think players should talk to him or should discuss about this situation with him, or players should leave the club? What's the solution for that?
For sure, the first option is not to leave, and that's how I was thinking. Our first option is always to talk honestly with the coach and see what kind of role you're gonna have. And the second thing is to give your best to show him that you can play and that you deserve to play more. And the third option, if nothing happens, then for me it's the best thing to leave, because especially for the young guys, I think the playing time is really important in that age, and that's why I know in my situation many of other kids will stay, because it's Partizan, it's big club, it's EuroLeague, everything is great, but when you're sitting and you're not playing, it's not the same, and that's my opinion from my perspective. So that's why I choose and decided to leave to find some place where I can show my talent and where I can play more.
You wanted to prove more to the world, to the basketball world. Yeah, that's what I got from what you said. And you went to Virtus Bologna. And how did that happen, from Partizan to Virtus Bologna?
It was my first club out of the country, so it was a little bit. I needed some time to get used on being abroad. To be like foreign player in some club, so it was a little bit strange. But I had lucky that I was in another great and big club in basketball history. So it was kind of special. It didn't last too long because I was only until the end of the season. I signed a contract, on multi-year contract, but I was only for 3 months, because after that I went on loan to Spain 2 years, and I didn't come back to Virtus. So
and then after you went to Bilbao.
And my career went on another path. But that 3 months in Virtus was really nice.
But
nice experience.
You did a very good experience, as your route, it was like from Serbia to Italy, from Italy to Spain. So many different cultures, but similar cultures as Mediterranean cultures, because Mediterranean cultures are similar to Balkan. So, but as an experience to visit and to live or to play outside of your country, what did you learn out of these experiences? The best thing that you learned? Let me ask you in that way.
The best thing, it's hard to find a best thing. I think that's I played in many countries, and I think that's big experience for me, and that I learned so much about other cultures, about how other people live, and that's the good part, that I was changing all the countries. So the best thing I cannot choose, but way of living, how to handle things, how to speak with the people from other cultures that they're not exactly the same mentality like you. That's the big thing I learned, I think.
You know, I was very impressed by the talking with your teammates when we were in Georgia at the lobby, the last night at the lobby, that one of your teammates was telling me about the Serbian basketball culture, and I'm still so impressed about that topic, that he was telling me, you know, as Serbians, as young kids, we have to study, we have to work, we have to practice, we have to do everything to be the best for ourselves and for our culture of the basketball and for our country. That's why we have to work a lot in Serbia for our basketball culture. So I want to hear also from you with your words that how can you describe the Serbian basketball culture?
I think all the Serbians have a strong character. And that's why we have so much good basketball players and all the other sports or sciences or whatever. Because we grew up in a part of the Europe where we have a lot of war like between the people in the country, and it was hard for living, and everybody was really fighting to get a normal life and to live normal. And that's why when we are young, when we are practicing, we are all in that, like 100%, and we will do everything to play and to work hard to be successful in the future. And that's why I think we are different than the other countries.
Very different.
And our basketball culture, I think we don't need to speak too much about that. Like in the past, how many great players we had, and when you are growing up in that kind of situation where you are looking on a TV, all that big names, big basketball players, you want to be like them, and you will do everything to achieve what they did. So they are kind of all the other players and people were great idols for our young generations, and that's why we love basketball so much.
But when you were growing up with basketball, or when you started to play basketball for the first time in your country, what shocked you the most that you've seen for the first time, and you were like, wow, if I want to be the best, I have to do this, you know, like as shocking in that way?
I didn't have that kind of stuff, like something was shocking me, because since I started playing basketball, and when I saw how it goes, I always knew and that I want to do everything to be successful. So it wasn't nothing that shocked me so much. Even the hard practices, even the long practices, so nothing. So I can't say nothing about it.
Yes, okay. Well, it can happen, but you know, when I was also listening, I will go back to that topic. I was listening to your friend, to your teammate. He was saying, you know, we had to work a lot. We have to do this. It's like a strict, and that's why we're the best. And I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I had one situation when I talked to my father, because there is one point when I started practicing after maybe 2 years. I wanted to stop, and I stopped, and I talked with my father, and after a couple of days, I said I want to go back, and he said no. If you want to go back, then you will continue practicing and do everything takes to be good at it. And if you don't want, then you stop and you do other things. So he said no, you will not go on practice this couple of more days, so you have time to think and decide. And I was at home, and I was sitting, and I was thinking a lot. And the thing that I told him after, I said, yeah, I want to practice. I want to be a basketball player, and I will do everything to do that. And that's how I continue playing. Maybe that's the topic we talked about like last time.
That's how. Yes.
That's how everybody thinks, you know. And the other part is, like I said, the living in Serbia in 90s was not that good. So everybody was trying to give their best and to be strict, to do some good things that can have a better life in the future.
Agreed, yeah. And then after, your Spain trip, your Spain page of your life as a basketball, you went to Russia. You played
Yes.
for Parma, you played for Unix Kazan. So when you were playing in Russia, it's like, because you played in so many different countries, have you ever thought about coming back or going back to Serbia and play again for Partizan?
Yeah, of course. It's always that's why one time I go back to play for Partizan. Even
On 2015.
even I had some other options to go, but I choose to go back because Partizan is something else. Like the fans, the playing for the club that you're cheering for since you are young. It's something special, and it's always like drive me to think about to come back one day. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. For sure, I think that it's not gonna happen like in a next few years. But you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
When I talk with my guests about these kind of stuff that, I don't think, but you would never know. I'm saying all the time, you never know. Like you would never know.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly,
life.
exactly.
That can surprise you. And you would never
I
know.
agree with that.
But tell me and tell to everyone that who are watching right now, this compression and then this thing as being the derby, as being the enemy, let's not call it enemies, but that big conflict between Red Star and Partizan. Because that's my dream. I want to go after this pandemic. I want to go to Belgrade, to this derby, which is Partizan
Yeah,
against...
you can be our guest. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Perfect.
for sure.
Perfect.
That's the special feeling. I think everybody knows because in Turkey you have that kind of rivalry. How you say it? Rivalry,
Yes.
right? So it's a special feeling, especially when you play for one of the teams and you play that derby matches. It's the feeling when you go to the gym and the gym is packed and everybody are on their feet singing all game. That gives you like some special adrenaline. So you think you can fly, and that's the beauty of that. So it's hard to explain by the words. So it's a special feeling for sure.
But when there's a derby, because you played for Partizan and then you've been there against Red Star, when there's this derby going on, can you hear your teammates during the game, like on the court?
Sometimes no. Sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes we need to work like we understand each other without words, without anything, because sometimes you can't hear nothing. So
completely nothing, right?
Completely nothing, and
it's amazing.
So it's sometimes especially for example when Partizan play against some other teams, it's hard for them because they are not used on that kind of atmosphere in the gym. So it's hard to talk, to find some good rhythm, good things on a game because you are surprised about everything. So that's why Partizan was playing so good in Europe so many years.
It's amazing, and I always say this. For me personally, Partizan, Red Star, and Panathinaikos, Olympiacos are way different than Barcelona and Real Madrid, and also Galatasaray, Fenerbahce is like.
Yeah, it's like big. Yeah,
you know, you
can
can understand. So it's a different thing, our culture and your culture for loving the basketball that much. I think you have the highest level of the love for basketball in your country. That's why I think that would be a very interesting game for me to come to Belgrade. But I got your words about that. So you promised.
Yeah, for sure. When this pandemic is done, you will be my guest in Belgrade, and we will go on a
this is amazing
game, and you will see how it looks like,
and
you can feel a little bit how it feels like.
Okay, and I will maybe put some headphones not to hear that much sound, but I even miss that sound. I really miss atmospheres inside of the arena. So
I think all the players miss that the most.
Yeah,
from
you
this
missed
pandemic. Yeah.
So now you're playing in France in Bourges and Brest.
Yeah, Bourg-en-Bresse.
Bourg-en-Bresse. And so in Bourg-en-Bresse, how is the atmosphere? How is the team? And how is the chemistry of the players? Because you're playing for EuroCup, which also we are broadcasting, by the way.
Yes, it was great. It's great right now because until now we have a good season. We qualified for a top 16. That nobody before the beginning of the EuroCup, nobody expect from us to go to the top 16. But in the beginning, I knew that we have a good team, and since beginning we have good chemistry in the team, and that's why we make such a good results. In a French championship, we didn't play a lot of games. We play only 10 games until now. But anyway, we are on a table. We are really good, and we are fighting for the top 4 places by the end of the league. So everything is going well right now. So I hope we will continue like this and finish the season on a right way.
Yes, and fingers crossed to finishing the season with, good results and
normal finishing the season.
Thank you. Yeah. I was about to say that, but you said it. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And so, Danilo, before talking about Serbian national team and your future career plans, we have this game. It's called 3 Saniye because our show is called 3 Saniye. It comes from the 3-second violation. So in this,
okay.
You understand now?
Yeah, now I understand. Yeah, okay.
Before you were like.
Before I didn't.
You're like, what's 3 Saniye? It comes from the 3-second violation, and then I will ask you 10 questions. So easy, so simple. But you have to answer these 10 questions in 3 seconds. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's start. In which team Igor Kokoskov worked for the first time in his NBA career?
Phoenix Suns. I mean, Sacramento Kings, right? Utah. But you said. I was thinking you said it for like a head coach.
Oh, no. Okay, let's go back. I said coach.
Okay. I was thinking head coach. That's why I said Phoenix.
No.
Yeah, okay.
So, as a
Can we go again? Because
let's go
maybe
again.
He will watch, so...
Let's go again. So the first question. In which team Igor Kokoskov worked for the first time in his NBA career?
Utah Jazz?
No.
So...
Danilo! It's LA Clippers.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 2000.
I knew for the Detroit Pistons, Sacramento, Utah, and Phoenix. I didn't know about Clippers.
Look.
So you knew better than me, okay.
I will keep this as a secret. People who are watching, and then you, me, and our whole Sports crew is going to be secret for us. No one is going to say it to Igor Kokoskov.
Don't say nothing, so please.
No. Okay, it's going to be a secret. So, our second question. Who is the captain of Fenerbahçe Beko basketball team?
Melih Mahmetoğlu.
Thank you. Yes, you pronounced it very well. Melih Mahmetoğlu. Good. Third question. In what year was Vasilije Micic born?
94.
Bravo. Yes, because
I knew it.
It's
he
easy.
was playing with my brother.
Oh, he was playing because you're from 1990. Right.
91. I'm 91.
91? Okay, you're younger. Yeah. It's good. Okay. Fourth question. With which Turkish club did Miroslav Radulicia sign on 2010?
Efes.
Bravo. Yes. Okay. Easy questions, right?
Now it's easy, but you got me with the Igor question, so...
But it's easy too for you. I mean, I thought it would be easy. Okay, all right. Our fifth question. In which club in Spain is Zoran Dragic playing?
Baskonia.
Bravo. Sixth question. What is the jersey number of Milos Teodosic?
44 right now.
Bravo.
I know. You was thinking, you tried to trick me, huh?
I tried to trick you. I would be like, he would immediately say 4, but he said 44.
I know he was 4, but the good thing is that we played together, and I'm following him, so.
Okay.
So
Oh, you're following him. Okay. All right. That's why.
we play together. So.
Yeah. Yeah. How is he? Competitive? That as we've seen on the court.
Extremely competitive.
Okay.
Like maybe you can see that like when you are watching him, but on the practices, like when you are his teammate, you can see that how much he's competitive on a court. So it's really.
But off the court, is he a funny guy?
Yeah, he's a great guy off the court, and he's funny, calm.
Okay.
And it's good to hang out with him.
Good. Okay. New fresh information for us too. We didn't know this about Milos. All right. So our 7th question. Who is the head coach of Partizan right now?
Sasha Filipovsky.
Yes. Yes. Bravo. Which club was, by the way, these questions are having also some signals.
What kind of signals?
Like it's just like, like Partizan, Vasilije Misic,
Igor,
okay. It's
Igor,
like...
Yeah, okay. I understand. Yeah.
You understand, okay.
Okay.
Which club was Mirsad Türkcan drafted by?
That's a hard question. I don't know.
Okay, you can have 30 seconds for this. You don't know? Let's think. If you want, let's think.
I can't remember. I mean, I was young when he was playing. I know him from Fenerbahce and from CSKA. From CSKA the most, but I don't know which team
Houston.
he was. Houston, yeah, but I didn't know.
Houston.
I gotta be honest, I didn't know.
Okay,
I was too young.
You were too young. Yeah, I was too young. You were too. We were all too young. I mean, this generation, yes. So, in which city was Željko Obradović born in?
Čačak.
Yes. I knew this. Yeah. I knew this. But
you knew it.
Everyone knew it. But I just wanted to, mention his name. I just wanted to, put his name on one of our questions. Yeah. That's why.
Yeah.
Last question. This is, I think this is the hardest.
Tricky for sure.
This is the hardest one.
Okay.
From 2018 to 2019, in which club did Tony Parker play? In NBA?
New Orleans, maybe?
Starts with C. I'm giving you...
Clippers. No.
No. Charlotte.
No.
Hornets.
Hornet. Yeah, I knew so.
You knew it, right? It always happens like that. You knew it.
I knew it really. I was thinking on them, but I said New Orleans because New Orleans was before blue and white jersey, right?
Exactly.
So that's why.
This is the end of the game. This is the end of the game. So you like the game because, as I told you, Željko Obradović, Vasa Misic, Igor Kokoskov, Partizan. These are all like the combination for you that I would like to, mention the names. It doesn't matter if it's easy or hard or difficult. It's just fun. And now my favorite topic to talk with you, because we met throughout this situation where you were playing for the national team, for the Serbian national team in Georgia, in the FIBA bubble where we met. So I want to ask you, can you describe to us, how is Serbian national team, the coaches, the atmosphere, like the friendship, the teammates, how is everything?
Everything was great, really, since the beginning of this preparation for a bubble, and from the coaching staff too, because like we knew that we need one game to qualify for EuroBasket, and the coaching staff was always trying to put away like kind of pressure from us. So everybody was trying to make fun, to enjoy on the court, to enjoy playing there. So I think it was a good experience for all.
For all, yeah. And what is the funniest thing that happened to you when you were with the national team?
The funniest thing.
That a memory that you're like, oh, this happened to me, and it was funny.
We had something, but I cannot mention that on TV, so they will stay with us. But I can remember other things. But like the thing that I said funny was like that we had like pretty much good group of people, and we were having fun like because we couldn't go nowhere. We were just hanging out in a hotel, so we hang out like pretty much all together. We talk a lot. We smile. We had fun. So, and we showed that on a court too. So it was more like that.
And how was the coach Igor? How do you find him as a coach, also as a brother because he's also a brother figure for you, that he's Serbian, he's also coaching the national team. So how is he?
First of all, he's a great guy off the court, and you can talk to him and speak with him about everything, like with the normal guy, and you cannot see too much like that with the coaches,
Yeah.
And that's a great thing about him. And on the other side, he's a great basketball mind, and I for this couple of days with the national teams, I learned a lot from him because I meet some kind of different basketball tactics like all the other coaches that I had before. So it was really fun for me, and you can see how much he have basketball knowledge on a court, because there were many situations where he was like painting something and say you're gonna do this, and this gonna happen. And we do that on a court, and exactly that happened. And
Really?
This is the thing that fascinated me about him. So it was a great thing that I had the opportunity to play for him and to practice and work with him.
It's amazing. I didn't know that this happened about Igor Kokoskov to you. And your lovely wife. Also, I want to mention her name because she's very important for Serbia for sports, that she's a professional shooting athlete, right? Ivana.
Yes, she's a professional shooter, and she's shooting from the rifle, and she's Olympic medalist. She was carrying a Serbian flag in Rio, so
Amazing.
yeah, she's big athlete.
I mean,
I gotta say that.
You're an amazing couple for Serbians and for Serbia, for your country, because you are in the Serbian national basketball team. She is a Serbian athlete, like shooter athlete, and it's an amazing combination for the others that to watch your family, and you have beautiful one kid, right? One or
one
two?
kid for
one
now,
kid.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. But how do you deal with the distance? Is she in Serbia and she visits you in France? How does it work?
Now she's more with me, especially like last 2 years since our kid is born. So she's trying to manage shooting over here in France. Last year she was practicing a lot over here, so it was kind of easier. So she didn't need to travel a lot. But this year was tough because she didn't have a lot of competitions. So this year she take off a little bit. So we were more together. So it was easy last couple of years, but in the beginning of our relationship, it was really hard because she was traveling a lot. I was on some other parts of the Europe, so we were trying to organize every month to see each other somewhere. So it was hard, but it was fun at the same time.
But it's beautiful. You know, when I also have guests as like basketball players whose wives are volleyball players or athletes or I don't know, basketball players just like them, it's just so beautiful to have them because it's a different world. I mean, people look at you from a different perspective, and it's a different world that what you're living, because she understands how you feel after the games or after the failures. It's really beautiful, and I really liked, because I went through social media and I was like, it's beautiful, it's amazing, you know. That's why I wanted to mention.
That's the most important part. Like when you have a sports couple, that's what everybody asks us if it's harder or if it's easier. And of course, it's easier because, like you say, she understands how I feel. She understands when I need support. She understands when she needs to say something maybe bad.
Exactly.
So it's a lot easier because she's a great athlete. She have Olympic medal. So for me, the biggest thing in a sports is when you have Olympic medal. So
that's
that's
up
that's
there,
the top
you know. It's top.
Yeah,
it's top.
Exactly.
Yes, and best also regarding to her. And my last question, because I wish we could do this for hours and then we could talk about these stuff because it's so much fun for me too. Danilo, what do you expect from your future as your basketball career?
I'm trying for sure to go back to the EuroLeague. That's my first goal, and that's my goal, to go back to the EuroLeague, and that's my main goal. And I work and I'm ready for that. So I will try to do that. And why not? I would like to play in Turkey. So. That's how I see my future.
Exactly, in Turkey. You would be perfect fit, you know?
Yeah, I never played in Turkey, and when I played there a couple of times, and because of the fans that they have, pretty much all the big clubs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar like our Serbians. So why not? And I like Istanbul very much. So
yes.
Like, why not? I would like to go to Turkey.
Yeah, our culture is similar, and our people's love for sport is so spicy that it's just always there. You know,
and there is one more fun thing is that my wife had blood relatives in Turkey because her her grandfather is from Turkey, from Izmir. So.
From Izmir. Okay, we're not komşu, we're aile. You know, we say to Greece, we say to Bulgarian or Greek people that, you know, komşu, or Georgian people komşu. It's not. When you're the family, you're in our ailedensin. We say that.
Okay.
Ailedensin, Danilo. We say.
So that's the one more fun thing about everything. So
exactly. Danilo, thank you so much for this amazing interview, for this amazing episode which we just shoot with you, which we just filmed with you. And for the next time, maybe in FIBA, maybe in Turkey, we would be together for another interview.
Or in Serbia, in Belgrade, when you come to see Partizan game.
Exactly. I promise. You promise. I mean, not I promise. You promised me to be there. So, okay, I got your promise. Thank you so much, Danilo, again and again. Take care.
Thank you too. Take care.
Değerli Esport izleyenleri, haftaya tekrardan yeni bir 3 saniyede görüşmek dileğiyle. Hoşça kalın.